Today's headlines: Beijing accepts Bilal Karimi's credential as a Taliban ambassador to China. Taliban pressure on women's rights activists continues, HRW says. UN scenario briefs Canada, UK and Qatar envoys on Afghanistan assessment. Hello, my name is Mahi Nouri from First Time News Network. Today is 1 December 2023. The Chinese government at the ceremony on Friday accepted the credential of Bilal Karimi as the Taliban ambassador in Beijing. As stated on a release by the Taliban, Bilal Karimi was sent to China as Taliban's ambassador on November 24. Nearly 2 months ago, China introduced Zhao Zeng as its ambassador to Afghanistan under Taliban rule. China holds the distinction of being the first country to appoint ambassador to Kabul during the Taliban's governance. In turn, Bilal Karimi becomes the first Taliban ambassador appointed to represent the group of foreign country. Bilal Karimi formerly served as deputy spokesman for the Taliban. It's important to note that Taliban has yet to receive recognition from any country. This diplomatic move signals China's engagement with the Taliban rule in Kabul. Human Rights Watch and a report on Friday revealed that the women's rights activists in Afghanistan are facing alarming threats and attacks under the Taliban rule. The organization highlights the stories of Julia Parsi, Nada Parvani, Manisha Siddiqui, and Parisa Azada, who are currently arbitrarily detained by the Taliban. However, it emphasizes that there are many more unnamed activists facing similar fates. Since the Taliban regained control of Afghanistan in August 2021, there has been a blatant suppression of women's rights, and response women across the country took the streets demanding break work freedom. The Taliban's reaction to this protest has been characterized by violence, arbitrary detention, and torture. Human Rights Watch said the detained women, most of whom are protesters, and the others involved in running underground schools are facing grave dangers, and report says it added the families fearing repression of the council. The average hoping that silence may secure their results at the mitigate abuses in custody. However, locating a detained woman proves challenging, and when found, their conditions often shocking. The report says, according to HRW, families have reported that detained women, some arrested alongside small children, endure abusive conditions and torture were released. The Taliban poses demand for property deeds, a treating convict section if the woman continues her activism. Human Rights Watch reveals that many worse cases of detained women's activists, both past and present, exist, but they can't be safely named. The Taliban's crackdown persists with ongoing enforcement of abusive policies and brutal treatment of women. Even those protesting within their homes, their organization said. The Taliban's desire for formal recognition as Afghanistan government clashes with the resilience of Afghan women activists, will pose a significant obstacle to this goal, Human Rights Watch says. It urged the international community to stand in solidarity with Afghan women and who are bravely risking and losing much in their fight for justice and equality. Representatives from the UK, Canada, and Qatar co-chaired a joint meeting with the UN Special Coordinator Fredon Scenariolo to discuss this assessment report on Afghanistan. During the meeting, Scenariolo presented an overview of his report, outlining a forward-looking approach for Afghanistan's future. Afghanistan charged the affairs the UN Nasser Ahmad Fake stated in a release on X that they appreciate the independent assessment of UN and Afghanistan. We welcome the independent assessment report that emphasizes the need for a more current, coordinated, and structured international engagement with a clear understanding of outcomes and commitments from all sides through a performance-based roadmap, said Fake. He emphasized that any immediate measures to implement the report's recommendations should be contingent on specific conditions and a clear, time-bound roadmap, and based on their action plan supported by the evidence and tangible proof of policy and initiative implementation, especially in areas like human rights, regional security, economic development, and inclusive governance. A caution and conditional approach is essential to safeguard the interests of the Afghan people and prevent the unintended consequences that could undermine the principle of justice, human rights, and international norms, he added. Freedom Scenario Law Professor represents a comprehensive report of a recent UN Security Council meeting detailing key recommendations for Afghanistan's political future. This recommendation include appointing a UN special envoy and establishing an international contact group. The report has allocated mixed reaction from various parties, including Taliban, which has opposed some of its key recommendations.